world changes soon. Can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb. I'm a hater cause I can't relate to gay pride. Call me homophobic because I don't want to date guys. K-tight. I for one am not surprised the world declined along the way. Give trophies to children for losing just cause they decide to play. We exercise our right to vote and hate the politicians. Ay, this is a democracy, it's partly your decision. Ay, this is weird, feels like this a different year. If I identify as a female, then when my balls and penis disappear. Children want a gender switch and hating men is feminist. Depression and anxiety are trendy, we're too sensitive. Invented 80 genders, mad the world is not accepting it. Then gave them more attention than normal women and men can get. What a contradiction, being human is so tragic. Focus on minorities, ignoring all the masses. Hallelujah, everyone. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic. Congratulations. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb. Look, I get it, it's like the world is going crazy. Seems like a school shooting happens almost daily. The racism, rape culture, hatred that we're facing is way too ingrained for our hashtags to change it. We've become so lazy and complacent, afraid of our generation. We think activism's Instagramming memes and complaining. It's a problem when there's actually actions you could be taking, but you're triggered so you just cry like a baby. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb.
We on?
Yeah.
We motherfucking on.
Joey,
what up, everybody?
yeah.
It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. How y'all doing out there? We got Kitty Cat in the house, but she over here playing on her phone, so she'll bop in here and there. We got big motherfucking Sniz in the house.
What's going on?
We got Greg on the ones and twos. Joyce is supposed to be popping in with little Sniz later. And, I don't know. We just pretty much go free balling. We got a couple topics that we're going to touch on and then just go from there. Before anything else, we're going to take a quick moment of silence for Big Sniz's dad. He passed away today. He was a good man, good father, good provider. The little bit of time I got to know him, you know, he was like a dad to me too. So, you know, much love, and we're going to chill for a quick minute. And also a buddy of mine, Dan DiNardo, who passed away a couple days ago. He was a good guy too, helped out the community, had a nice family. So... Alright, with that being said, shout out to all our new listeners, all our new followers. Shout out to the Eargasm crew. Shout out to DC Media. Shout out to just fucking go on our Facebook page and give a shout out to all them motherfuckers on our Facebook page. All you new people out there, we love you. We love you. All our old people, we love you. And the haters, you know I love you the most. You keep me on your brain more than anybody else.
Do me a favor, help us find more haters.
That's it. That's it. You know what? I got something to get off my chest before we get into anything else. On the other show with the other guys, we do a show called Deep Space. It's supposed to be a little bit more serious. But I brought up a topic to talk about. We didn't get to talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight on here. But anyways, the gist of everything, the topic got blown way off to another little piece of what I was originally talking about. And me and this dude had damn near a fucking 10-hour long argument over something that wasn't even a topic. Now, we'll touch on a little bit on the whole argument and the basis of it, but and what annoys me about some people and the way they debate. But then we had another person, motherfucker just decides the next day to jump in on the whole conversation, argument, or whatever, and he's done it before, and he's constantly talking about you don't know the rules of logic, and there's apparently a book or rules of logic in some kind of whatever the fuck school or whatever he's read, but apparently, I don't know them, therefore I don't know how to express what I need to say concisely. And look, first of all, as you guys know, how long we've been doing this now? 6 years?
Roughly 5.
5,
Yeah.
6 years? Right. And I'm way further ahead. Me and all these guys are way further ahead than you fuckers who are supposed to be professionals. Second of all...
Well, hold on before you go any further. I got to vouch for this. They're still new to all of this. We've been doing it for years. They're used to being on the road doing comedy shows and all that. And they're just now getting into the...
Oh no, this is about his logical, shit like that.
Okay.
And where he is just in life, period.
All right.
Because apparently he's done comedy and magician shit for over 20 years. And the other one went to college and culinary school and works in a pretty decent restaurant. And I'm nothing, and I'm way farther ahead in life than both of them. And it was all because I use my logic, my sensibilities, my way of fucking thinking.
I only caught a little bit of this. I heard you talking about this. Was it Wednesday? Was it?
Well, no, this was off show.
Oh no, but I remembered this.
It probably the same guy because he was on one of the
last
shows.
week. And I remember you. There because you named it. I don't remember the names, but you were like, yeah, so and so and so and so.
Yeah,
and with my logic, look, I'm doing better than both of them.
That was tonight, dude.
Was that earlier tonight?
Yeah, that was earlier tonight.
Oh shit! Well, obviously, my. I'm not firing on all cylinders right this second.
Hey, no
intellectually.
But yeah, and
I'm
then
in and out.
The big problem that I got with the dude that I debated with, he's very intelligent. He's very smart, but he's one of those has to be right, refuses to be wrong. And then they all like, oh, you say you admit that when you're wrong, but you never do this and that. Because you still haven't proven to me that I'm wrong. The only thing you've proven to me is that you're pissing me off. Constantly, I get people, what are your sources? What are your sources? I'm not doing your homework. I don't know this shit because I wanted to know this shit. I know this shit because I go down random rabbit holes constantly.
Right, and the other part of that is, what are your sources? Well, you know what? It's going to be really hard for me to name all of my sources because I take in information from everywhere. Because through all of that information, because all information, by the time it reaches us, very rarely do you find information on anything that hasn't been biased in some way. Right. So you must look at multiple sources and multiple angles to filter through as much of the bias as possible. You can't have enough. There's no such thing as too much information.
Right. And
the only way you can
constantly
make informed decisions, actual intelligent decisions, is to keep gathering information.
Yeah. And then the most illogical fucking sentence that this supposedly,
because
Professor
I can personally vouch for, at times where I or someone else has brought up information and shown you something and you've gone, well, shit, then that changes my whole argument. Okay, then, I didn't know. Thanks for sharing. And then you've also told on yourself, come back and go, you know what? I read something last night, totally changed my whole opinion.
Right,
on
I
this.
was fucking wrong about it.
I was fucking wrong about this. I've changed, and as much as we like to fuck with each other on stuff, it's one of the things that I've respected about pretty much everybody in this group.
Yeah,
it's just the
when
more
we're fucking
vocal
wrong,
ones
we're
have
wrong.
to. The more vocal ones have to do it more because we talk more
Yeah.
shit. And when we believe in something, we believe in it.
And that's why, every
but
time I
everybody in
say
this group's
anything,
been good at-
I'm like, don't believe a damn thing I say. Look it up yourself.
Right. Don't believe
Yeah.
me. Don't take my word for
Fuck
it.
yeah. The reason why I know a lot of this shit is
I'm
because
talking
I didn't
about
believe
it.
somebody else.
Here's the information I have, and here's my opinion. Do what you want with that.
Right. Well, see,
But
I got
please
told
check it
because
out.
I say supposedly or maybe or what I believe in, that means I don't know for sure, and that's leaving me a way out. First of all, I don't speak unless I've done enough research to speak on something. Second of all, a smart man knows that he could be fucking wrong.
And that's one thing I do kind of want to bring up about, not just bring up, but a good illustration. And I've talked to several people about this. I'm not declaring what's right, what's wrong, what's anything about this whole, coronavirus, COVID, and the way states and governors and mandates and different things have handled different things. That's not the point of this part of the conversation. It's as recommendations came out from even like the CDC and stuff like that, people started really jumping on the bandwagon of talking shit because they started they were saying they were contradicting themselves, that they don't know what they're talking about. Well, first of all, they kept telling us that they don't have a lot of information, so every time they got new information, guess what happens?
Everything changed.
Everything changed. And they did it scientifically. New information, this is what we suggest now. Oh shit, now we got even more information because more time's gone by. We've had more time to figure this out, and what we thought isn't, we were wrong.
Yeah.
But we think this is going to be better. And then shit, just
What-
because
what I
shit,
fucking
and I'm
hate
not
is
getting
the-
into
the
the whole depths of everything.
politicizing of it.
And that part of it really is what fucked most
Yeah.
everything. But the whole science part of it, they're not wrong because they're changing their mind. That's what makes them right. We take for granted. That's my old cup.
Oh, well, then I'm using it.
Good. We take for granted, that so many things that we have now medically and scientifically and all that have been around so long, and it's fairly sound information because it's been tested and retested and proven and reproven for so long.
Right, and then
And now something brand new hits us, and
people are like,
you're not expecting them to be like, this is what we're thinking. And because they wanted to be like trying to get ahead of something that was starting to spread like a wildfire, we recommend this. Oh shit, now we have new science, so we have to change our mind. Like, that's how science works. That's how reason works. That's how critical thinking works. You go with your gut and you start in one direction, but as truth and evidence and science and math and all those things that are absolute.
That's what I can't stand.
As they come into play.
Science tells us, or if you look at science
Tells me to never quit questioning any motherfucking
exactly.
thing.
Once
test
upon
it
a
and
time,
retest
science said the world was
Post-test
flat.
it.
Once upon a time, science said we were on the back of a fucking turtle. Once upon a time,
We
they
were the
thought-
center of the universe.
Right. It changes. It fucking changes, and not always by a fucking scientist.
Once upon a time, the Anunnaki were mining beryllium out of the angels' buttholes.
No, it was monatomic gold out of the sandlot.
Same difference, man.
Speaking of,
Same.
have you seen the Vatican's new nativity scene?
You know what? Honestly, when did we talked about it yesterday, right? And I got busy with stuff, and today all day long, I was going to sit in my living room, and I was going to go over all the stuff for the show.
The only two things that look
when I got the phone call this morning, that went
this-
out the window.
Yeah,
So I haven't even seen a picture of it. I would like to. Greg, do you think you can pull that up?
I'm working on it right now.
All right, my
The
brother,
only
man.
two things that's even close to
Technical
Christmas
producer
scene
Greg
that
in the background there.
I see
What was it, Nevada? What?
the Vatican's new
Vatican.
nativity scene. It's aliens. Like, it's blatant. It's blatant. It's a scene from one of the Sumerian texts. I don't even, like, there's no explanation. They're calling it postmodern art about this. Now, and how many people live in caves and shit over there still? I've watched, like, emerald mining documentaries over there, because that's the big thing out there.
Actually, I saw that. I saw that it exists, and I put it in my, like, on my playlist because I'm still doing my
real interesting.
my World
and
War
people
II
get
and
fucked over pretty good on them emeralds. But
starting to
their
get paranoid.
houses-
I'm looking I'm like doing a lot of Mossad
Yeah.
documentaries, so I think they're watching me now.
So
Their houses, they're...
Is it?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Ah,
Yeah,
God damn
right
it.
there. When they show it all lit up, just like a basic... Or not lit up, like just in the daytime, just a basic picture of it. Dude, it looks like Darth Vader's behind one of the fucking things. Like, that isn't the whole thing.
Is that it?
That's part of it.
Huh.
that it?
The one that I seen when they first lit up the Christmas tree, like right here, there was a thing creeping around the corner. It said, "Why does Darth Vader?" Like the caption was, "Why is Darth Vader in the Vatican nativity?"
That is an odd nativity scene, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's there's the center one looks like a piece of it. I don't know. They might have changed it because
that's
people
gotta
were
be
bitching.
like they still got a veil over the baby Jesus.
Yeah. Oh no, they're not showing what that is. People are thinking it's the baby
Yeah, but
Jesus.
we don't
but some
technically
people-
know.
Yeah.
You're right. Technically, until it comes off, we don't know. I am assuming based on years of tradition, or that's at least what they want us to think at this point.
Here, let me see if I could pull up what I
But-
actually saw. Darth Vader in the Vatican nativity.
Well, I could have done that.
And those are like, no, don't change this one.
Darth
I
Vader
really,
in the Vatican nativity.
You're right though. Like, I mean, look at the lighting behind it, the way it goes up to the angel, the monolithic columns behind.
Yeah,
How weird.
It's totally not fucking
And I mean, just even the design of that, I'm assuming angel in the background there. Like, look at the, that whole
Yeah, see, this is the original
alien-esque
one.
biomechanical.
This isn't
Like,
what
look to
Greg
it.
has up isn't the new one. This is the new. Yeah, I'll show you the video of this shit. Cause they just showed there's fucking astronaut helmets on these fucking things, dude.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it goes, right there.
Whoa!
What the fuck is that?
Right. Kind of weird. Now, whose idea was this?
That's at the
Wait,
Vatican.
and that stuff looks like it went over top of that. Remember the weird ribbing that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they've been because I've never kept up on this. I happen to just fall on this. So they've
Yeah,
been
I mean, I don't
slowly
keep
but
up on this
surely
stuff
throwing,
either because-
making it look like this is like Sumerian text Anunnaki shit.
With the way, I mean, how I was, obviously before, the last
Yeah.
between 2 and 3 years, I have more and more to now almost the point of not even, unless I'm specifically looking for something because of something going on, I don't even see this stuff anymore because so many of the lessons I've learned over the last couple of years is you kind of just got to be prepared for anything. So I'm open to the idea this shit's going on and there's something that might be brewing, but I'm also open to the fact of the 45 billion other things that might be brewing and just kind of staying fluid and ready to adapt. and
Yeah,
not.
well, that's the
and
way.
so
that,
I just
you have to be like that. A lot of people
right,
don't understand that.
Right.
That's
But so what I haven't done is I haven't really like paid attention to the shit because it doesn't change my day-to-day operation. And no matter, I don't want to sound cold or insensitive. I have empathy for when people are going through something, but truly, honestly, until it's at my front door,
yeah, I totally agree.
It doesn't really affect
Right.
and I can't.
We'll see, and you guys know if it's something that's gonna affect me or my people, I sure as fuck ain't putting it on the air.
Right.
Because everyone knows, and I am not admitting to anything. I'm just saying. Everybody who is close to me knows I will do my damnedest to do the right thing. But when I can't do the right thing, I will complete my task. Simple as that.
Right.
That is.
But as far as this goes, I mean,
But I have been noticing even the stuff I have been seeing lately that has been popping up.
Well, this is kind of like giving validity to the Vatican is ran by the reptilians, and I hate that.
I don't even know, without reading anymore, just looking at pictures and stuff. I mean, I don't even know how much that conveys that to me. What it does convey to me, though, honestly, is there is too much activity in the realm of, in the spiritual realm and in the extraterrestrial world. There's just too much going on to ignore the idea. And I'm not subscribing to any one particular school of thought. I'm not.
That kind of
But
bleeds into
to
the
think,
argument I got into.
to really think that there's not something going on, and something that we have been lied to and are continuing to be lied to about, something that we don't have all the information on, to think that those things aren't, even if you're not ready to say that, yeah, I believe there's something, no matter how big or small, I'm not even getting in it, there's something. I can honestly comfortably say, yeah, I truly believe that there is some kind of something out there, and we're not being fed all the information.
No, not at all.
Now, even if you're not ready to subscribe to that, I don't see how one rational human being on the face of this earth can't honestly say that with the information we do have today, that you can't comfortably commit to it being a possibility.
Exactly.
That it's even plausible.
And that's
that there
why
are
I
still
always keep
people
it
that
open.
flat out deny it.
I can make a
But that
damn
just
good
shows how
argument
blind
that the
people
Earth
wanna
is
be.
flat. I've done enough research on it that I can make a damn good argument that the Earth is flat. But hey, there's been astronauts, and you know what? Again, because I don't, our news, lies to us like a motherfucker. So I got to look at
But
other
every country,
countries.
every astronaut
Right.
cannot be in on that plot.
Exactly. That's why if you look
That's
at
too
Russian,
widespread.
if you look at Russian news, if you look at Chinese, Israeli news, they don't give a fuck.
You
they
can't-
said, yeah, they're up there, they're showing pictures. It's
There
round,
can't- right?
It's
There
fucking
can't
round.
be. There can't be this big of a cover up. Nobody in the international community gets along
That
long
well.
enough.
Yeah, that well.
And the amount of individual people that would need to be controlled. I mean, down to even the goddamn janitor that has a high enough clearance to be in the secret rooms.
Yeah, just to clean
Like-
up toilets.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that has seen actual picture, just the amount of, just to think that there's that big that they can have, to think that they're organized enough to orchestrate something that big's fucking ridiculous.
Well, see, here's
I mean,
another,
look,
another
when they
part of the
when
argument.
they had to hide the money from the Pentagon, the best plan they had was to fucking, whether it was a missile or a plane, either fucking way, they blew a hole in the side of the motherfucker and the information disappeared. That was the best way they could cover it up. So do you really think they could cover up if the conspiracy could be grand enough and kept enough about the flatness or the roundness of the world? Are you fucking kidding me?
Just the curiosity of people. You know,
and the information
there's
age we
going to
live
be
in,
somebody
there's
with some money
private
like us
satellites.
that say, yeah.
There's
you
private satellites that you can get into, and hackers. These
You
can't.
Speaking of,
You know,
did you see
Google,
Julia
do you know
Assange?
Google? Are your kids on Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Did you know they went like you? It was this week. It was Monday, maybe.
When it went down,
Went completely down.
Yeah.
Dude, remember it wasn't too long ago. Amazon went completely down.
Not only did Google go down,
Gmail,
but they hit the Treasury Department. They hit a bunch of government entities magically. Now, you know what? There's been a lot of fucking hearings going on this fraud. Not only the voter shit, but the fucking Ghislaine, the Epstein shit. Everybody forgot about that shit. I've been checking that on that shit too. All them hearings going on. Now watch, magically, there's going to be evidence coming up missing. Oh, we got hacked. Oh, this conversation is gone because we got. Oh, this information, this tape is gone. These records are gone because we got hacked. You know, this is just like the motherfucking hurricane that they blamed Trump for fucking up with the marker. But while everybody was fucking, you know, all on Trump's ass, the hurricane hit fucking Epstein Island and magically didn't take out any buildings, didn't take out any trees, didn't take out any boats. Took out all the computers, took out all the file cabinets, took out any kind of landlines or any kind of communications on there. Magically.
Building 7.
So, I mean, just like fucking, you know, like Jared, you know, the 9/11 thing. You know, that I don't think we know exactly what was being hid or why.
We only know
hid.
enough to know that we don't know what the fuck actually happened.
But we know what we're
we
being
know
fed
enough.
ain't
There's
right.
enough bullshit, like the magic passports. Give me a motherfucking break.
Well, just like
If
what
it
Kennedy,
melted steel beams, it melted passports. Eat a dick. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
like, there's some stupid shit. Don't tell me. And I'm not using that as proof that one theory is right and one theory is wrong. I'm just using that to prove the point.
Bullshit.
We are being fed bullshit.
Right.
Well, it was like Kennedy.
And it could go
You know
either
how
way.
many different
Maybe it was
fucking theories
completely
there was of
100%
Kennedy,
an inside
and it ended up-
motherfucking job. Or maybe it really was Osama bin Laden, but we knew the fuck about it. We allowed it to happen and used it for our purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes either motherfucking way.
They're doing something we can't stop
But either
it,
way,
but we're gonna
we know
use it to get
something.
rid of our shit.
We know enough to know it was something. We know enough to know to not fucking trust them. We know we should know enough to know we need to dismantle them, but yet every 4 years, all we seem to do is know enough to know that we need to. It needs not this guy again, and it doesn't matter who it is because every camp yells that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what?
And like I was saying, you know about
I don't know which way
goes the cat.
Biden and Harris, I'm telling you, is the exact same thing as Bush Cheney.
Dude,
It did not matter. It was the whole
it
point.
drives
The
me
whole
nuts
point of
that
getting. The whole
when
point of
they
getting
were
W.
in
Bush.
office in power before,
The whole point-
everybody wanted away from these motherfuckers,
The
and
whole-
you just voted them back to fuck in.
The whole point of George W. Bush being elected president had nothing to do with George W. Bush being president. It had everything to do with Dick Cheney being vice president. The whole point, but for different reasons. The whole point, but for
his
the
dad
whole
and Cheney were
the
in
whole
it.
point, but for different reasons, has zero to do with Joe Biden actually being president, but with Kamala Harris being the vice president. That's what this truly was about.
It was
And
fucked
we
up
will
just
see
like
why here in a
GW.
little bit.
Biden's
And that's neither-
already starting
and
fucking
you know
trying
what?
to go to war.
And you know what?
He wants to take
Same
all the
thing-
troops that
same-
Trump brought out back to fucking Iran.
Same thing that everybody else, every other president has done. There's going to be some good shit that these motherfuckers roll out. There's going to be some bad shit these motherfuckers roll out. Then there's going to be some straight, crooked, illegal, unconstitutional shit these motherfuckers roll out. And
I feel like this whole shit was just another excuse for the Congress to not do another fucking, not a damn thing for another 4 years. The most that's gotten done in this 4 years of presidency, and I don't give a fuck if it was Trump or not. You know, we'll put Obama in there. You know, the only thing that got done really was because he put out executive orders. You know that because he pretty much forced it through. Nothing else.
But you know what? You're right though. But Obama had to do the same thing.
Right, exactly.
And that's just that's just speaking from the numbers and the records, Greg.
Right.
That's just speaking numbers and records. I'm not on one side or the other on this.
I've noticed there is a handful of Democrat high ups in Congress and a handful of Republicans high up in the Senate that they kiss each other's ass. And those are the motherfuckers that pretty much keep shit at a stalemate.
When we start talking politics without a certain topic, it really starts to prove the how big the actual problem is. In a way, and for certain reasons, it does matter who the president is. But where the actual laws come from, where the real big bullshit is in Congress.
Yes, I agree.
You know what? And I think one of the biggest things, first of all, there's two people that need to just unequivocally need to be gone right motherfucking now. And you'll start to see even progress just because of that. Pelosi and McConnell. I
agree.
Take both those two out back, and either if they don't go to the outback pasture willingly, then just put it in their head because they're done. And you need term limits in Congress. These people can't keep.
Yes.
These people can't keep going in, and very few go in not already financially secure, doing well, or have some, or have wait a second, or have
should be fucking,
or have
like running,
or have some money. I'm not talking being millionaires, but have some money,
right?
And then all of a sudden, after 10, 15, 20 years of doing fucking nothing, and their only salary is how much?
Yeah, that needs to be cut out too. Nobody ever looks at the salaries and the
no. Their salary,
they're
I'm not talking benefits, but their salary. I don't bitch about the salary they have, but they don't become millionaires with what they came in with.
Yeah, exactly.
After 20 years of that salary,
you should not become a millionaire as a fucking senator or congressperson or whatever. You should not. AOC went from a barmaid to pretty goddamn wealthy right now. To the point where she's getting pretty bougie. Real quick. Now, she's supposed to be at where she's at right now. She's taking advantage of it because she never had money like that.
Well, not only that, but dude, she is in a different circle, and I'm not. Well, there's something to be said for this.
Like you
just for dinners and shit that she has to go with these people. She absolutely.
You have to be at a certain point.
And I don't fault any of that kind of shit at all.
That's millionaire, billionaire status like that, and you're still in that same role. And this guy over here who's not playing by your agenda is not making that money, but we're supposed to be on the same payroll. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Something ain't right. And that's some bullshit. But to swing this back around, like
I'm
before
sorry,
I forget
know.
it. When we were talking about the whole planets and shit like that, when I got into that argument about Nibiru or whatever,
Nibiru,
the fucking one of the arguments that was given to me was that if something had an orbit, because Nibiru has an elliptical orbit supposedly, and it pretty much now scientists are figuring out that it has to be or a planet. It doesn't, it's not necessarily Nibiru, but a planet has to be on the opposite side to be keeping the balance of everything. We got so many things spinning here, we got to have something on the other side spinning, or it'd be lopsided and all kind of physicist type shit. But anyways, now finally the dude, accepted that there might be a planet out there or whatever, because I said scientifically. Well, I don't know what the fuck he thinks scientifically means, but, there are Caltech physicists, like theoretical physicists, that mathematically said that there should be here. I mean, math is a science too, dick. But anyways, mathematically, this fucking planet is here. I have some qualms with it because they're it's not in the time frame, the 3,600 years that the tablets fucking say. But back in them days, their time is not the same as ours. But regardless, the biggest fucking moronic thing I've heard was, well, if it's way out there, then it's going to be really, really cold and no life forms could live on it. Have you ever heard of extremophiles? Well, an extremophile, first of all, if you don't know what that is, that's organisms that could, be under massive pressure or heat or cold or whatever. Now, according to him, he thinks extremophiles cannot adapt one way or another. It's just that one temperature. So if there was something on there when it brought the fucking orbit this way. But then he talked about evolution and shit like that. Well, if we can evolve as humans, other organisms can evolve to the point where they can adapt because that shit still comes around.
Now, but also, here's this too. Most science agrees that we, at some point in our history as a planet, we had life on the planet. Then we had some catastrophic event that wiped everything out, and we pretty much kind of came back again. Maybe it is that cold out there right now, and there is no life on it right now. But
once upon a time, yeah, because there's one theory that
we don't
20,000 years.
Just the
So
point of
20,000
it's
years,
just
you're
as
absolutely
it's
right.
just as plausible to think that there was something as to think that there was nothing until we have evidence either way.
Right.
Now,
And
it's
then-
okay to have a gut feeling based on, people that are more, have more expertise in the area that have studied similar things might have a more educated guess, but still a professional is going to go, that's still just my guess. That's what I'm thinking because I did
Right.
something similar. We're going to go find the facts and we're going to figure before.
And even most scientists will tell you, that it's just, again,
Dude,
it's
it
a
drives
theory.
pe- it drives people-
Gravity is a theory still.
I'm in a chat group with my family, my kids, my wife, and then we all have our individual ones and blah blah blah. But when my daughters especially are very pop culture, very onto things, and very into all the social media, the newer social media platforms. And they are all the time when hot topics are hitting, any of the buzz topics that are, just
I missed that.
flooding everything.
My second set of kids
whether
are
it was some
fucking
shooting
boring.
or whether it was, some other bad thing or whether it was even some good, every once in a while they put out that, news story. They always are like, why do we even have you in the chat, Dad? Like, it takes you like 3 days to respond to anything. And I'm like, because I don't have all the information yet.
That's it.
I can't have an opinion. Like, I can't have an educated opinion until I have all the information. I can have an opinion, but I choose not to, really publish that opinion. I might talk to certain people because I also want to see what their opinion is.
Yeah,
because
you're
I know they
forming
have
your
they have a different way of looking at things than I do. So I want to see it through their eyes.
Yeah,
so I
ran
have
shit
that.
past you plenty of times.
You know what I mean?
Greg. You know
But
what
I don't get into Facebook discussions about a topic until I've gone that route where, we do it all the time where we all have very different experiences. We have a lot of things in common, but one of the things that really binds this group together is we all have a very different perspective on things. And that's evident when you look at any major news event that's happened. When we talk about it, the first time we talk about it, and we're pretty stereotypical, like not outwardly, but we all know each other well enough to know, I know what Marco's going to say about this. I know what Greg's going to say about this. I know what Scott, I know what Jared's going to say about this. And we pretty much do. Mm-hmm. But then we listen to what everybody says. And then the next time we talk about it, all of us, maybe I'm not saying we've changed, but we understand.
We've all
We've
at least from my
evolved.
perspective, I've looked
Our
into
opinions
everybody
evolved a
else's
little bit,
and,
and then
if
we
he
talk
had a
about
little
it
bit of
again.
right, or he had a little bit of right, or I could have been
But
totally wrong.
And then what gets really cool is then when. And this is how discussions are supposed to go instead of being attacking and bitchy.
That's the problem
and,
with the other
and-
guys,
right,
man.
Right. Where then what really gets cool is not just me hearing it from your perspective. It's when the group talks about it again and I hear somebody telling me, and it's their perspective of what they heard your perspective was. And then as that keeps continuing amongst a group of people,
and you come to a consensus.
And that's how, honestly, you know, the people that I enjoy actually talking
and you got to be able to
talking to
accept
on
somebody
social
else's
media
fucking
are
perspective.
people, and I'm talking, these are even people that I disagree with on things, not just people I you know, that we're always agreeing on stuff. I truly do enjoy when it's just conversation.
Right.
You know, and then by the end of it, it's never, I don't even mean it's ever heated. Like, never even heated. It's just literal, like, legit, real adult conversation about a topic, differing opinions. And I can't name a time where, through that course, whether it's in one night or in 2 or 3 days of conversation, where both parties don't go, I didn't think about it like that.
Right. Exactly.
And
exactly.
then it might even just be little things change. But, like, just...
Well, that's like... Even
I enjoy those people a lot of times more than just somebody, you know, giving me a thumbs up or liking a post and being like, fucking right on. I enjoy people that challenge me to rethink something.
Well, that's just like, you know, my whole...
Well, we can be adults about it, please.
You know, I don't really believe in the whole Bible, the Christian, all that stuff. You know, I'm not a big fan of that. But when I saw an article where they were burning down churches and shit because of their religion, well, fuck you, dude. What gives you the fucking right? You know, what makes Buddha better than fucking Jesus? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, and I can
quote scripture too, motherfucker.
You know, we've had our conversations about that too, and honestly, I think for the majority of people, and there's obviously, you know, when I say that, I'm not trying to be super inclusive, you know, leaving it open, but I think for the majority of the people, especially that practice faith-based religions, if you look at it from the most fundamental of standpoints, and I don't mean fundamental extremists, I mean from the most simplest way of looking at it, they all say the same thing. And I think it's just everybody finds their own way to be able to wrap their head around it and make sense of it. But at the end of the day, everybody's talking to or praying to or believing in really the same fucking thing.
Different names, man.
Different names, but same.
People have been dying for millennia, just you know, praying to the same shit. Different fucking names.
Right.
So we are at 11:15. We are going to go an hour long tonight because we started an hour late. But you know, this is break time, so we will be back.
You know, the more I look at it, and I challenge myself all
season, bring the beat though.
music.
Have at it.
We on?
We on.
We motherfucking on.
We back.
Alright, so we're done talking about space. And if you want to see this odd ass nativity, go check that shit out. Just Google Darth Vader in the fucking Vatican nativity. See what you think about that shit.
You have to get closer to that mic, man.
Still too low?
Yeah.
We there now? Hello, 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 hello.
Yep, you good.
Alright. Gotta move around a little bit. They stuck me with the short seat again, and
I think yours is sitting right next to Kathy.
I'm already short, damn it. I don't need the short seat. Fuckers. Alright, so, here's an odd little tidbit. I don't know if people know about this shit. Did you know, Greg, that Texas is trying to secede?
It's trying to what?
I'm gonna pull up right now, so.
Texas is trying to secede. They don't want to be under the rule of Biden-Harris because they believe it's going to hit socialism real quick.
Okay.
And they also, believe that this whole election was a sham. And they have something written in their state constitution that says if they feel that the government, like the federal government, is violating their rights, that they can secede. And they filed the fucking paperwork.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, I don't give a, and we brought this up before. All these people, that who talk shit about Trump. He's an idiot, he's this and that, he don't know how to be president. But then on the other hand, he concocted this mad countrywide scandal, whatever. You got whole states wanting to fucking bail on you. Texas was like that was like, United States right there. You hear about United States, Texas.
Right.
If they want to bail,
yeah.
Maybe something is fucking up.
Something ain't right.
I mean, motherfuck. That's a whole state. Not even California, as much as they want to whine and piss and moan about the United States. They ain't trying to get rid, they ain't trying to go on their own. Because it turned into a big fucking turd ball with needles. Dude, I can't stand fucking...
I don't know, man. I've just been lucky enough that when I go to Cali, it's a nice part of Cali, I guess.
Right.
I'm sure there's good people in there.
I'm just saying, man, like, even the very first time we went, we were, I was with one of my daughters, and we were using the bus. We're staying pretty local most of the time, so we were just using the bus. And so we were sitting there reading the bus, and I was paying attention around me and everything, but we were looking at the map and planning what we needed to do with, both of us intermittently checking around. But this dude sitting across the bus from us was like, "Oh no, hey man, look here, it's gonna be confusing on there, really. I'm getting off on the next stop, but you tell the bus driver you want the next stop after mine. When you get off on that stop, you want to make a right to the stop sign, and when you look to your left, you'll see the bus stop you need to get on your connecting bus. But it looks funny if you're trying to do it on the map, man." Like, people were just...
So he pretty much said, now when you get off the bus, you make a left at Stinky Steve, and if you went past the fucking Suboxone fucking place, you went too far.
Now,
Back it up a little bit, you'll see a big fucking pile of needles and three turns.
No, it wasn't like that at all, because we were in Anaheim. Well, we were also outside. I mean, we were a little outside of Anaheim there, but we were in a very nice part of SoCal. So I am very spoiled that my California experience is all very, very
nice. In the
nice,
next 4 years,
cool,
California's going to get real clean.
SoCal.
You know why? They're going to dump off all the fucking homeless and all the drug addicts in Portland, in Oregon. Now, remember when we fucking talked about Oregon and the whole... like, if they legalize drugs there, then crime's going to go down? That was always the big argument, because it happened in Europe. And we're glad, but it took a long time for that.
He lost it.
Which country was it? It was South America. It wasn't Europe. Portugal. They did it. And they basically decriminalized all drugs, and it is treated as a mental health issue, not a legal issue. They have had amazing results.
Yeah, well, Americans
The
can't
problem
do that,
is the problem is in this model is it is just Oregon that has done it, not the United States. So you're not going to see the same thing. You're not going to have the same effect. When the entire country went to that was, that's what it was. It was for the whole country. Here, you're not going to have the same result. You're going to have an influx.
Well,
you're going to have an influx of already fucked up people that are going to overrun an already overburdened system.
I'll get to my point and then I'll address what you just said. Right now, one of the biggest, most armed autonomous zones ever in America. I'm sure it didn't but within the past week or two, is in, I think it's called Mississippi Street. It starts in Oregon. The fucking police just begged them to leave that area, the neighborhood, and let the people who live there, who don't want to be in this whole fucking bullshit, be and alone. And they're telling people to be careful going home and going to businesses and shit. Not for coronavirus, because we got a bunch of these fucking homeless fucks pretty much. I don't know who's giving them. This really sounds like if these people, because we all know, I mean, if you look at these autonomous fuck zone people or whatever, these are broke assholes, or they're fucking little ritzy kids that want to rebel against their parents. But none of them have the money like that to be acquiring weapons like that. So this really sounds governmental or deep state-ish. But they're getting weapons.
We talked about it. They're turning it into that fucking housing project from the Carter from New Jack City.
Right. It's already started. Now, that is a model of what would happen in America. You know why?
Not if the entire...
Because in Portugal, a big portion of their economy was from drugs. So they took that whole big chunk of money out of the economy and they made people poor. These people were so poor that they had no choice but to become farmers and shit. Because even the gangsters or the drug dealers had no fucking job. And that was pretty much, what else is after that? What you got hooking. And, that wasn't very lucrative down there. So pretty much they made Portugal a very poor state for the middle and under class. So, yeah, it's going to work there. The poor people are working together. You live down the street. You're growing corn. I'm growing fucking rice. I want cornbread. You want fucking rice. We got to be cool with each other. It has to be like that.
Right. No, I agree.
In America, it's not like that. We got a bunch of these motherfuckers, especially a lot of these kids who got trophies when they didn't deserve them. So they think they deserve something else from the fucking world. And now we're giving them guns. Most of them don't even know how to use these guns, or are afraid to use them, or anti-gun. So they got them few fucking ones that are part of their group that are the assholes that I'm going to run this because I could pull the trigger. And we have the white Carter. That's it. That whole decriminalization of drugs in America, we have too much of a diverse culture and diverse...
I think it's like anything else. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, in my fantasy land of purest ideals, I don't believe the government should have any say in what an adult does. Like, if I'm not harming anybody else. Now, that being said, my crime should not be smoking crack. My crime, if I rob somebody's house because I can't support my habit another way.
Right, I agree.
My crime is against that person for robbing them of their property, and I should still be dealt with for that, not like,
agree.
Poor baby. No, motherfucker, you robbed a motherfucker.
Well, see,
Like, that's
my deal
heinous.
is,
You know, but we shouldn't, you know, at the end of the day, you can't legislate morality. And we shouldn't be telling
and everybody's addiction
adults,
is different.
Right.
I had to
like,
learn that throughout
you know,
life.
people destroy themselves with food. People destroy themselves. You know, people mentally, emotionally, and completely destroy their lives and many people, other people's lives with sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
It goes far beyond just drugs and alcohol. Control. You know, that's why you get into eating disorders, because of needing that fucking control over something. So, you know, like, your addiction becomes, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Money, fame, recognition. You know, even, you know, the people that build our apps and all that are fucking intelligent. The notification ding, the alert from our apps starts that
Endorphins.
right.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know,
documentary.
those same things that doing drugs start igniting. It works on that part of the brain. So you can be addicted. It's not even to the game itself. You can be addicted, like, you can be addicted to social media and you don't even have to have a public profile to be addicted to social media. You could have a tight social media group, but it's the fact of getting the notification.
Subliminal messages in our media. Like, do you
know,
know
so
when it first started?
any
you know how
addiction-
the government got us to watch the news so much, especially back in the day, because it was easier. Not very many people, like, you know, we weren't as technologically advanced. There are certain things that I guess psychologically trigger them endorphins in your head, you know, just like the ding and all that other shit. But there are certain things that you could put on a screen that will make you want to watch. And one of the main things that I remember the most is the spinning orbs. Anything spinning. Well, you know how they have the spinning fucking runners and they have the spinning, like the ticker tapes on the bottom and shit like that. That is a psychological thing. Especially with the different colors and shit. You know, if you notice, like, when they want to talk bad about something, there will always be a certain color background. There will be always a certain color ticker tape. Little shit like that people don't realize is what plays on your brain. It isn't what they're saying or they're trying to fucking manipulate their brain because they're lying this and that. Yeah, they might be lying, but you as a person, as a conscious fucking person, as an intellectual, supposedly, could figure that shit the fuck out. And if you can't, then you're just another sheep. But the other shit, the psychological underlying, you know, it's just like Jared said, you know, with the games or with the social media and shit, you know, there's certain tones, there's certain dings, there's certain, you know, there's certain things that, you know, or algorithms that your phone will listen to. Like, if you say, you know, the sheep fucked the cow, your phone ain't gonna come on. But if you say, oh, I like them Jordans, then magically tomorrow or later on when you go on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the fuck you're on, oh, there's going to be an ad for the new Jordans, or there's going to be. I've had
a lot of that recently. I've noticed a lot of those kinds of things happening too.
People don't realize how
you know,
much.
And the more I spread out, and I, you know, everybody who goes online in any shape or form, you must realize that it's happening. If you don't, and you're really so truly completely afraid of that information, then you need to stay completely offline.
Right.
Because
And
the more I spread
it.
out for social
MySpace
media
was 1,000 times better than Facebook. But everybody went to Facebook. It wasn't because Facebook was better. It wasn't because Facebook had more options. We all know it was a stripped down fucking version.
It was because it was easier and it looked prettier.
Right, and it had that, you know, there was different things.
I've said it a million times.
That drew people in.
I've said it a million times. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for some good marketing. There's a couple of things you'll get me to buy almost anything based on a couple of things. One of those is anything that's like really 90s nostalgic for me. You know, that time period of middle school through high school. You know, anything that screams, you know, those teenage years, the afternoon after school, or a Saturday or a Friday night football game, or, you know, a house party, anything that screams that kind of nostalgia, if you advertise it that way or package it that way or whatever, like, I will buy it. I don't give a fuck what it is. And then two, everybody knows my, you know, my political views, governmental views, this, that, and the other thing. But you will also, no matter how much shit I talk about that stuff, and when I say shit, I just mean, honestly, I've never talked shit about anything except shit that tries to rob people of their fucking freedom. I've never talked shit on any person, politician, or whatever based on a personal, like, feeling. You know, it's never been personal. It's always been business.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie.
So, but you will not. But there's
people
that sometimes only see like those types of things that I post, the very critical shit that would be very fucking surprised to know. You will not find a more patriotic motherfucker than me.
Us? Nobody gets that.
I am as American as the day is long. You got city right. Here's my, like, you know, we talked about it. You know, doomsday preppers, this, that, the other thing, whatever people. You know, if it's some riot situation, some bullshit like that, man, you're coming for my TV and my shit. Man, I'm not standing my ground and fighting you for bullshit. I'm exfiltrating my family to the safest location as quickly as possible. If y'all get shot not y'all. If anybody gets shot along the way, you get shot along the way. But my goal is to get out.
I'm a little more extreme.
You're another.
I'm like a Ruby Ridge situation.
I think that one's mine. I don't care, but I just didn't want you to. But now you're another country or some shit like that, or you're some big kind of uprising, and you are literally.
See, that's when you duck and run. You get the fuck out.
No. When it's a fundamental war on my country's soil for my country, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm one of the ones you can count to stand.
Well, see, me personally,
but you got to. But I mean, it's got to be like a man. It's got to be like America, a Japan bombs Pearl Harbor kind of motherfucking thing. I got people invading my goddamn soil. You're not gonna.
Yeah, that's something totally different.
I will defend it so that my children and children's children and children's children
don't have
a country that they can still work on. Now, if this is some social unrest because of some political bullshit, I'm not standing and fighting for anything. I'm getting everyone I love to safety.
See, I look at it more
because I'm going to let you burn out, and then I'm going to come and clean up.
You better not come up over here. That's it. You better not come up over here. And if I find you over at my boy's house, we're going to have issues too. No. You can do whatever the fuck you want next door, up the street, down the road. Don't bring that shit over here.
And that's basically what I'm saying.
I'm not fucking running.
But in that situation, though, even in that, and I agree with you 100% on that, except, though, it gets to that certain point that even in combat, the strategists, the bigwigs have to step back and go, is the risk worth the reward? Are we overcommitting for such a low-value target? So if it's like that, like, don't fuck around, don't come to my house. But, like, dude, honestly.
Sometimes you got to prove a point.
Marco, but what I'm saying.
That's the one thing, like, on our strategic thing.
I agree with you, but I'm talking, this confrontation is at the point where you have to be willing to go, Jesus fucking Christ, you want my goddamn TV, you want my goddamn Xbox, you want my. This is. We have reached a point where, fuck you. There is a point where I will say, we have reached a point where the mass out there is a bigger force than I can safely deal with at this time and guarantee 100% survival rate of my entire family. You can have all of my material possessions. I will take my family.
See,
best assured. Wait. No. That's what I just said, though.
I have a totally different outlook, though. Like, and I've told you this plenty of times, you're a greater man than I. I have a more brutal outlook on the things. Now, again, like I said, you could do this to whoever, you do this, don't come to my house. The only way I'm going to give in, like you just said, is if your gun is bigger than mine or I don't have a gun. That's the only way. That is the only way. You know, fuck that. If you want help, if you know, you're Antifa or KKK, whatever the fuck you're doing this about, it makes you still a TV,
fuck if
then
you're
you're
the
an
Salvation
asshole.
Army.
But now, if you need help, I will be the first. And y'all know, I'll be the first to help anyone out. But you ain't gonna take it from me. And I'll be goddamn if I gotta fucking go fucking old school and fucking, you know,
I guess
put
what I'm
a
saying
fucking
is,
head in my front yard, because that will stop anybody else, the masses coming into my shit.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, I'm not even talking we're at Mad Max proportions here. I'm saying we're at, like, there's...
Even the BLM, that whole shit that went on here for a quick minute. If they would have came up fucking Gypsy Lane,
that's different.
And
that's
came
a
in my
finite
yard.
But
I'd have sat there. I'd have sat there with my gun like them white folks did. I'd have probably been on the news. I wouldn't have did anything until they got to a certain
I
point.
sure as fuck wouldn't.
You
are
back
exposed.
the fuck up.
I would have been in an elevated, covered position where you would not have seen shit.
I'd have been sitting in the trees behind
Nope.
the house.
I was good. Now, maybe other people, like my kids, might have been sitting up with the other shit. But me, myself, I'd have been sitting in that front yard. Y'all motherfuckers go up the road. I ain't got no part of this. I'm not trying to be an asshole to you guys.
Nobody
but you
touches
ain't
Daddy's
fuck-
Lapua.
Yeah, y'all ain't
I'll
fucking,
be the one up. I'll be the one up. Nobody touches Daddy's Lapua.
you are not fucking with anything past this line. Y'all go right ahead. Y'all need some water?
And
Somebody thirsty? I'll go get you some water.
We got some Kool-Aid.
And so here's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'm right there with you to that point. But you also around that same time. Wait.
Yeah,
remember.
best believe I'll stick a head
Wait
in
a
my front
second.
yard.
Wait a second. Remember my real life situation during that.
Yes,
time.
yes, that was fucked
I
up.
understand all too well what you're talking about there.
Yeah, and
But
and
I
that's
also
part
understand
of my reasoning why I have less compassion.
it's not about compassion. To me, it's tactical. I also understand that I still have a finite amount of resources in that given situation, and there can be enough numbers of people that, even with primitive weapons, that presents a situation where, for the safety of my family,
I get where you're coming
it is
from.
better for me to either slip out or take that calculated risk and shoot my way out but be gone than to try and dig in and have a standoff. Because at some
You
point...
never do that. You cut the head off the snake. You don't go after the tail
I
or the
understand
middle.
what you're saying. I'm just saying...
So if you got that mass out there, you find the couple of motherfuckers that, yeah, come on, let's go. Bah! Now, you want to end up like your dude you just listened to?
I'm
go
saying,
home.
Wait a second. So I'm saying you do that. I'm saying... I understand that specific. But say it starts like that. And then there's like... What I'm saying is, there's not a point where you wouldn't be like, fuck the house, fuck the TV, fuck the Xbox,
No, I will always have that exit strategy. There's
That's-
always a plan B.
That's all I was saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's what you were saying, exactly. There's always that plan B.
But I don't have that for a national type of. This is my country's on the line.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I'm sorry.
You can
This
defend yourself
sacrifice
against
must.
a fucking handful
This
of fucking
sacrifice
assholes,
must
but a
be
whole
made.
fucking-
Like this is one of those fundamental. But that doesn't mean I'm fighting. I'm not. If there's a civil war, I'm not fighting for Republican or Democrat.
No,
which
I'm fighting for my
instead
family.
of North or South, it'll be. Are you red or blue? That's what the Civil War will be. I'm not. But making it up. It's all bullshit. I don't want some conspiracy something to get misquoted. China invades, motherfucker. I ain't going nowhere. Like you're gonna I'm fighting for my country, not for a government. There's a difference.
Right. Exactly.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that is
that's
totally
my version of
different-
patriotic. I would fight and sacrifice for my actual country.
That's it.
But not for a government, not for some bullshit. I don't mean invading a foreign country and saying that I'm fighting for Americans' freedoms
Now, again,
I
this
hate-
is where we differ. Now, if I found out that, and now this is how
I don't.
unlikely,
Whoa, if
but
I had
find
to take,
out
if
that
I
we
had to take
go
it to
across
another
the
soil,
country-
I'll take. Look, we had to invade. We had to.
Right. If we had to go over there, then yeah, I'd go over there.
You know, like I said, I've been doing
foot.
I've been doing a big thing on World War II, and I'm still not coming out with what I'm going on about it. But we're doing a lot of research.
And I
Yeah.
best believe there will not be no Geneva Convention. You put a gun on my hand in foreign soil, there will not be no fucking Geneva Convention. There will not be no war crime bullshit or whatever. I'm gonna just let you know right now to the world, whoever's listening. You want me to fight? I will defend my country. I will defend my land. I will defend my fellow American. But best believe, I don't play fair. I don't play by anybody's rules because nobody else in the world does. I never understood that. I never understood that. We are the only country that has rules to the way we kill people. What the fuck?
You know what? If you look at the history of war, though, we're not. We might call them laws, and we might call them rules of engagement. We might have these different modern terminologies for them. But so many civilizations over time, it might not have been law, as in like governmental law, but they had ceremonial law in the way they killed people.
Yeah, that don't have anything to do with when you fucking like.
It's the
go
same
after-
thing. They felt they were holier than, or for lack of a better term, whatever. In some way, that was making them better than their opponent because they held to some honorable
Well,
code
they made a
that the other
sacrifice or
one
whatever.
didn't. You know, and we do the same thing. You know, our enemies might not engage the proper way, but we will engage, and we don't. But we say we will, and we hide everything that shows us evidence that we don't. But
Here's an example of what I'm talking about, just to make sure we're on the same page. If
we
one
make
of our
ourselves
soldiers-
feel better about going to another country, invading it, and killing everybody because we set
That's
certain
not
rules.
what I'm talking
on it.
about.
That's what we do.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, say, I'll use you because you were an oil contractor back in the day. You worked on the rig. So say you got sent over to Iraq, and we're still in the middle of this bullshit. Now, you are in the middle of a war zone. You know, we're not even talking about the choice or all that, but you are in the middle of a war zone.
Right.
In that war zone, you get your head cut off because that is very normal. You had nothing to do with that war. You were doing your job. You got your head cut off. You know what's going to happen to the person who cut your head off?
Nothing.
They're going to get a fucking whatever little medal or whatever they give in the Sandlot or whatever. You know, he might get a new camel or whatever. But now, let's reverse that. Fucking, we got a war here. Or one of our soldiers do something like that. You know, he just watched his best friend and his whole platoon get fucking
going to
murdered.
Leavenworth.
And he went nuts and fucking murdered a whole, village
It's
of sand
happened.
people.
It's not even the whole village.
We are putting our soldier, our man who we taught to kill, we're going to put him in prison. He's a piece of shit. What the fuck? You trained this poor kid. First of all, you told him that this was right. Whether it be right or wrong, you brainwashed him into thinking that this is right. You brainwashed him into thinking that this is patriotic. You brainwashed him into thinking that this is his fucking enemy, even though he really doesn't know why. Now, he just watched these fucking people murder his whole fucking platoon. People he just had to spend the last 2-3 years with, his family, pretty much, get murdered. He goes nuts and fucking goes off and kills the same, not civilians, not, the same people that did it to our people. He will go to jail forever. He might even get executed. He will be treated like the biggest piece of shit in our media here. Why? He should be a fucking hero. Because pretty much we are all taught that through Rambo, Predator, Commando, all them movies all them action movies. They killed our family. You get even. They kill your platoon. You get even. They come at your country. You get even. Well, guess what? If you fucking do that, you get treated like shit and thrown in jail. In other countries, you are a hero, but not here. What the fuck?
Please send that to me.
The guy done talked so much the fucking blunt went out. Motherfucker. Dude, that whole...
I couldn't agree
like,
more.
War crime thing, like, drives me nuts. Even the dude who had, like...
I mean, there are real legit war crimes, man.
I don't think so.
Nah, dude, when a dictator gasses an entire village of his own people...
Well, here, let me clarify what I'm saying. As far as our team goes,
okay,
I don't believe there's war crimes.
No. Okay, you're talking like war crimes as in rules of engagement. We're at war. We're not talking humanitarian type.
No. Because there's been a lot. I agree
to
with
an
your
extent,
shit.
I agree.
The North Koreans did
the
shit.
one thing that at least, I think some of this stuff has. I think it.
Yeah, just give it to it.
I think it's at least held at bay. Where, you're right, the torture thing, the small, and I hate to say it, but small scale stuff, because that's more individual. The treaties and the rules of engagement have at least held off shit like nuclear attacks. And I mean, I know there's some terrorist things, but in all actuality, man, the use of like chemical weapons and biologics could be so much worse if if Hitler knew what would have risen up against him when he did what he did, he might have thought twice about doing it. Is the mentality, and at least for the big shit, that really seems to have worked. I know some small scale stuff has happened, and I'm not making light of any of that, but we have not had a massive toxic or nuclear or some kind of attack because of the fact that even people that would be your allies, because of what the rest of the world would do if you did something like that, would retaliate against you. Like, you don't have any fucking hope. But when you do when it's known but covered up and nobody talks about it, that you're torturing motherfuckers. Well, like, those war crimes, I get what you're saying. And to an extent, listen, dude, except in situations like, I truly believe
in Guantanamo Bay was nothing worse than happens in any fucking frat house.
I don't give two
across
fucks.
America.
Listen, I don't, and you know what? This might get me in trouble one day, but I really, truly don't give two fucks about Guantanamo Bay, and here's why.
Nor I.
Yeah, I know there's all kinds of, and trust me,
dude.
Let me just.
There's a lot of movies that portray this dude, but he was an actual dude. There's. Every handful of war movies, they got that one crazy dude who has the necklace of ears and fingers. There's that one soldier that was actually based off of one soldier.
Yeah, he was a soldier of fortune.
You know
he
what?
He was operating in the Congo.
He was a fucking soldier.
At one time, he was.
He was a killer.
At that point, he was a soldier for hire.
He was a killer. So. Well, before that, there was a soldier.
He was an actual soldier.
He actually went before a military fucking shit for that. So what? You wanted a killer. That is what he got ears on his neck. How much more of a killer do you fucking want?
A very, very good friend of mine from Maryland.
I ain't trying to bring him home like he's
a very, very good friend of mine from Maryland. I worked with him for years out there. He was Army Special Forces. He was in this division. It was counter ambush, counter recon. So, I mean, they did, I'm not beating chests and comparing shit, but, they did a lot of, Navy SEAL kind of shit, It was the same kind of level. He gets to a point where he's been in too long and he's really fucked up, and he got... I know he got shot, and I know he took some frag, and, he's getting medically discharged. And he gets back stateside, and they're rehabbing him. They're trying to talk to him about what he's going to do with his life. He left high school and went straight into the Army. And he goes, Jared, I had to sit there and decide, what is a trained killer gonna do now? Am I gonna drive a truck? Am I going to...
Nobody ever thinks about that either. You're absolutely right.
What am I going to do?
Ever thinks about that?
There's only one thing I know how to do.
How do you drop a?
There's one and one only thing I know how to do.
You know, the only difference between a murderer here in the States and a soldier is who he works for.
Well,
you know, if you're a freelance soldier, you're a murderer. But if you're a fucking, if you work for the army,
just have to.
Imagine what you go through. What a majority of people go through when they have a relationship. You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers who kill themselves. There's a lot of motherfuckers who just totally fall apart, can't fucking do. You know, some people got to go to counseling. A lot of people hit, some kind of fucking substance, Well, that's actually the same part of your brain that's doing that to you for that is the same part of the brain that's doing that to these soldiers. Okay, you were trained that you had this person with you for so long.
You're right.
Well, that is the same thing. He was trained to. His girlfriend was his M16,
and they don't know how to live. A lot of
them,
they don't know how to live a civilian life.
And certain people can adapt to that, and certain people could overcome that, and there's a lot of people who don't. I had to learn that, because I had a real close-minded, outlook on addiction and drugs, and I'm still kind of, but I understand a lot more now. But it's the same kind of programming. It's a part of your brain that when something's pounded in there so much, whether you do it or somebody else, it's there. It's fucking there. Right. Some of us can get rid of it. A lot of us can't. Some of us got to roll on with it. A lot of us can't deal with it. I mean, it is what it is. I have no clue. Wait, what time is it? What we at on the time frame?
11:50, but we got
another hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
So do we want to take a break?
We'll wait till Greg comes back down. And I think I left my phone somewhere too anyway. But I mean, I don't know. I guess there has to be we just need to refine shit. I think we are putting a lot more money and resources as a government, as a country, into shit that may be a problem or to prevent future problems, whereas there's not very much money going to or resources going to the problems we have.
I agree. And as a matter of fact, this was a topic of conversation with my mom today. Just the small talk.
You gave this to me?
No, he did. Before people want to start talking about cutting any programs we have right now, I don't even give a fuck how frivolous it sounds. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's an existing program right now. And before you want to cut any single fucking thing, we need some type of super oversight fucking micromanagement of the fucking money, of the tax money just right now, and make sure everything is spent where it's supposed to be spent first. Let's take care of that, and then we can start streamlining or phasing, or we can start whatever kind of other readjustments we need to make to put shit back on track. But the very first thing before anybody, and I'm so tired of hearing people talk about, I'm gonna
have a divorce, or when they end up, a long term. Nobody wants to fucking look. Everybody, when they look at racism, they want to say, it's the whites against the black. Well, when it goes to government help, minorities get fucking more government help before anybody fucking any kind of light skin color. Before anybody knew my name was Torres, I was fucked in the ass, something terrible, and I had worse conditions and worse situations than the fucking person of color that had everything together. Now, I'm not knocking the hustle. I am not at all. You get what you get, boo-boo. You do what you do. Everybody got their own loophole. But when people need the fucking help, and they really need the fucking help, and this,
when the legit people can't get on board, even on the basic on board, and there's people that are you know,
I've seen. And,
you know
and
what
this
though?
is where
People
I
don't want
know.
to talk about this. People don't want to talk about this, but you know, at least in our locale, and I'm sure it's like this in other places that have it. You know, there's a new type of organized crime. You know, some of these gangs are a bit bigger, and some of the big name gangs, like, you know, they're still like, trust me, man, they're still those ghetto thug ass street level hustlers, but you know, there's baby mamas and old ladies in these offices. You know, the money game, the racketeering,
No.
it's gone a
The
different
laundering.
way.
You know what it is? Is everything's gone internet-wise, so everybody's getting internet
Yeah, the
Why
days
is
of
to
the
rob
gangster
fucking
that
people?
we knew
There's
are
not-
gone.
is gone. Yeah.
You know, the new gangster sits in his fucking house on his sofa with his PS5 robbing people's identity.
Right.
Those are the new gangsters.
That's why
Wondering
we
what
don't.
grandma got in the fucking, you know, cupboard that I
Right.
could get high on. With
For-
that being said,
Prime-
we're gonna take
wait,
a break.
wait, wait,
Oh, no,
before-
let Greg say what he got to say.
No,
Prime
fuck
example, for example, right now, I guarantee you we have more money on card than we do cash in our pocket for most part. So if I go to rob you and you only got a card on you, that I take a card and go to the ATM. By the time I get to the ATM, you already done canceled the card.
Gotta go to the gas station.
Motherfucker,
Either
I already
or.
done shot you in the back.
But I'm just saying, you understand what I'm saying? There is no running up on somebody and getting $200 out of their fucking
No.
pocket no more. So that shit is ceased. It's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
yeah.
still people out there robbing people and stealing the $20, $30 cash that they got
Yeah,
in their
that's all
pocket.
you're
But
getting.
right, you know what I mean. But
you know, in some of the seedier situations, somebody who just got paid hits right downtown, and he might get hit for his paycheck he got that Friday night.
Yeah,
you know
yep.
what I mean. But you're still not walking away with like,
you do realize we're still live, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
All right.
fuck it up.
So,
bad thing
we're
is-
out.
Stood up,
wait a minute,
dog.
We're out,
I
we're
wanna
out.
Put this in on that right there real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Fucking fuck
When
on
we
the
were
fuck.
growing up, you know, first of all, there was two kinds of licks. One, you hit a lick and you came up. You got your new car or you got something paid.
Right.
You came up. Or you hit a lick and you got dope.
Right.
Now, the lick, if you try to hit a lick, you're going to get what, $20, $30?
Right.
You just ask, you know, and a lick to us was or, you know, you went up on somebody, beat their ass, took their money or whatever the fuck.
And then they
Yeah.
had like $300, $400, $500
Right.
in their fucking pocket. You
Yeah,
know what I
and,
mean?
and we got some of these kids out here who are these internet gangsters,
Right.
but still will go out and shoot somebody over some dumb shit.
Right.
Because they think that they're gangster because they just did an online fucking jack.
Right. All right. So on that note, we're gonna take our break. We'll see y'all in
Yep,
15. See y'all in 15.
Piano, piano, piano. Piano, 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 piano. Piano, 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 piano.
We on?
Yep.
We are back fucking on. And I'm fucking hammered. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't feel like
Yeah.
like everybody else is as hammered as I am. So
Well,
I'll
put
I'm
it to you this
trying.
way: we helped you with that bottle of Jack at least.
yeah, but
Yeah.
so
I'll put it to you this way: we've all been way worse than what we are right now, so we're doing good.
oh no, I'm pretty fucking
Night's still young.
Jared, you're not helping the
fucking
situation.
there ain't no more liquor stores open.
Or bars.
Yeah, fuck.
See,
Yeah, but you still got 45 minutes
that's how
to buy,
you that's how you direct
like,
somebody.
you know, drive-through gas station kind of stuff.
I'm already gonna have the shits tomorrow. I ain't trying to have them worse.
Yeah, no shit.
Whatever.
Yeah, you're just begging for trouble going to the gas station and buying some shit.
We get some.
I just meant even like a fucking buy fucking 24-pack of Smirnoff. Here, how's that gonna hurt you?
Gross.
Yeah, definitely the shits tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
lucky
where
that
Orlando
don't
drinks
do
that shit.
I'm lucky that don't do that to me.
Well,
I'm lucky.
Maybe it's because
I'm gonna
have
have
you
the
noticed?
shits
It's, I
tomorrow.
ain't really been drinking too much of that. I've been drinking either the really strong alcohol tent, you know, which is
I
what
haven't
like.
really been drinking much at all, so
But-
I haven't experienced much of that.
You know what?
That's changing.
I don't know if
this
this is
evening
the science
right now.
because
Yeah.
everything I guess research has done says that what I'm saying right now is wrong. But
You're
you know,
wrong.
when I used
Wait,
to
wait,
drink beer all the time,
Uh-huh.
I was getting fat as fuck. When I quit drinking beer and went straight to liquor, I slimmed down. So if alcohol like liquor has
Liquor.
mad calories, which I don't really understand or get.
It has a
How
higher
am I-
alcohol tent, so you don't drink as much as you would beer.
Really,
Really?
Greg.
All right,
really,
well-
Greg.
Let me give you a really good example. If you're
Compare
drinking,
fluid ounces, motherfucker.
if you're drinking beer all night, you can drink way more fucking beer than if you were to grab bottles of fucking liquor and sit there and fucking start hammering her back like you do beers.
Beer gives me that. I mean, even though there's certain beers that I can drink here and there, and I used to drink a lot of them, it always. I mean, even when I liked
Oh
it.
man, back at
Gave
one
me
point
that
in time,
fucking,
I
like,
was good
I
for anywhere
tasted that
between a
fermented
24 to
taste in the
30
back.
pack of beer.
Wait a minute.
In
Wait a minute. Wait a
a
minute.
heavy night of drinking, that ain't no bullshit.
I used to pound some beer for a minute.
But you're
But,
missing the point here. The point is
No,
that
I'm with you.
I've drank more liquor.
fluid
than-
ounce, the fluid ounce, you're
Fluid
compared
ounce, I
to
drink more liquor. I'm one of them few.
no. If you had to drink one straight all night or the other all night, you're going to drink way less fluid ounces of one than you do the other.
Probably because the beer don't do it for me.
Am I
You're
wrong?
right, you're
Am
right,
I
you're
wrong?
right.
You can drink fucking almost like 800 ounces of fucking beer compared to 400 ounces of fucking liquor.
But still, according to
I mean, because
the
you
workout
know, your
people,
fucking
though-
central nervous system will shut the fuck down.
Right.
They figured out
Right.
a way around that. They have the
Oh, yeah,
the
there's
liquor
a
with
lot
the
of
way
coffee
around
in
that.
it. They have the liquor with the
They're gonna
coffee
paddle
and
you
the
back to
liquor
life.
with
They're
the
gonna do
fucking
another
Red Bull.
shot.
The liquor with the Red Bull.
Liquor with the Red Bull. Yeah, heart attack faster.
And
Yeah.
I usually drink that. So what are we talking about?
That works its way around from the body shutting down. And they
No,
have,
it doesn't.
and they have other liquor like a coffee flavor that has the caffeine in it. Which and plenty of comedians have said this too. When your body shuts down from that shit, that is your body saying, "Hey, we're done." You know, now you're injured. I mean, it even happens with me when I do fucking coke. You know, there's a point where it says, "Hey, you're done."
I
But
know.
when you find
Hey,
something,
I know.
that
yeah, you know what?
Hey, we're staying the fuck open. Yeah, then you have
Yeah.
no clue.
Yeah, it was. I remember. Hey, I
I'm tired
remember.
as fuck, but I'm gonna stay up.
I remember that day. I remember that day for me. It was day
That's
4.
the only issue with liquor and energy
I
drinks.
remember.
I should be like
Marco,
fucking asleep right now.
I remember.
I'm like a motherfucker.
I remember my
Right.
day like that. It was day 14. I was literally on day 14 of no sleep, and I was sitting on a couch talking to a dude who was like a dad to me. And I walked back
he
into my
wasn't really
hotel
there.
room because I was in the lobby of the hotel. And I walked back into the hotel room, and I looked at my wife and I said, I just had a great conversation with Cliff. And she goes, honey, Cliff's been dead for about 10 years.
Yeah,
And
that
I went-
sounded like an episode of The Shining.
And I went, oh, fuck. I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed right now.
Was Cliff the
Cut me
bartender?
off. I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed right now like I was straight on fucking hallucinating and shit. I needed to go to bed.
Right? We all, dude. Oh, yeah.
I learned at that moment, try not to go past day 10. It starts to get really squirrely after day 10.
I'm not gonna lie.
Anymore?
I'm glad my
Anymore, man, I'm
shallow
happy.
and-
I'm happy not to go past day 2.
See, my shallow and laziness won't let me go past maybe 32 hours, 48 hours. Go ahead, Greg.
I've been beyond the point where I'm standing there talking to you sleeping.
Dude, I was fucking sleeping, I guess. Apparently, I don't even know.
Oh,
I can't even say that I
no.
really did
This
it.
is way beyond
Or you fall asleep
that.
eating
Way
pussy?
beyond that. Like,
You get a black eye for falling asleep eating pussy. I'll tell you that right there. But look, I got slapped for falling asleep while a chick was riding me, and I was like, "Is my dick still hard?" Yeah. Well, you do your thing.
shit. I got 2 week paychecks I don't even remember making.
I done that a couple times.
Like, for real. Yeah, yeah.
You just get
Bad
do what you gotta do.
insomnia. That's all I can say, I
But
guess.
you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that goes back to what I was saying earlier.
Now, mind you, I don't do heavy
you know what
drugs.
I mean? Even though that may sound like we were partying or
Yeah,
you know, it felt
yeah,
good,
that's what I was just
you know,
saying.
A lot of times we had to do that to stay awake for work because we had to take care of our families.
But look, the
it
sad
wasn't
part-
like, oh, we can't make enough money and I don't know what to do about it. And no, even if we had to fucking, you know, take acid or do coke or whatever to stay awake for that fucking 32 to 48 hour day of fucking work.
Marco's like, once I even sucked a cock.
But
No.
but also, again, remember, I don't partake in a lot of shit that other people do.
Right. But I mean,
That shit's horrible. Horrible. I got
when you're
shots
working on
telling me,
straight coffee, bitch, you want to suck a dick.
don't even drink
Nope.
coffee.
I
Don't
worked
even
on
drink
straight coffee, still never wanted to suck a dick.
Yeah,
Never,
I don't drink
never.
coffee, so you're
Yeah.
right. That's
Man, I drink a lot of coffee. Never wanted to suck a dick.
but
No.
yeah,
Greg's liver glows yellow from fucking
Mountain Dew.
and Red Bull. That gives it that
I
extra.
think
oomph.
the Red Bull kind of like filters it a little bit.
No, it
It
gives it
eats
that.
away a little bit at the fucking.
No, it gives it that extra oomph in the glow.
Anything that looks
Instead
like
of-
fucking
Glow
when you turn the
antifreeze.
lights out.
Instead of glow, it's neon.
Like, for regular old school antifreeze, you can't get that color in real life. That that is just, and the only time you can even
Motherfucker,
see
my
that
wall
other
looks
color,
green.
no, that's not it. It's close, but it's not it.
Man.
The only thing that is the same color as antifreeze in real life is Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is antifreeze color like a motherfucker.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
You know what
it
the best
is.
part is?
It's not green enough. It's too
I don't
yellow.
know this from experience.
Mixed 50-50. Dollar General.
I don't know this from
That's
100%.
bullshit.
100% experience, but antifreeze supposedly has a sweet taste to it too.
Dude, that's
Me?
why dogs fucking drink it.
But with me, dude, like and
no,
trust me,
that's
I've
fine.
caught quite a few facefuls of fucking antifreeze in my lifetime,
Dude,
and
did
it
I
wasn't
ever
sweet,
tell you
it
what
was
my mom
tangy.
did? This is silly as fuck. I ever tell you what my mom did with the antifreeze?
I don't know.
I
if
think you
wanna
did.
know.
I think you did, but I'm
dude,
not too
look,
sure.
look.
But go ahead. I'm listening.
It's
No,
not the
my
same
mom
thing
likes-
you did with the squid, right?
No.
No,
My
just
mom
chill.
likes to play the role like she don't know what the fuck. But when it comes down to it, my mom knows how to do a lot of shit. So she bought this new car and she wanted to put windshield wiper fluid in it, and accidentally put wiper fluid in the where the radiator fluid went.
Huh.
And she caught herself like after so much, and she was like, "All right, I have to get this the fuck out of here." So what does she do? Old school, you know how you used to get gas out of shit? She gets a siphon and tries to siphon the fucking the washer fluid out of the antifreeze. Instead of, hey, just let me put some fucking just pure antifreeze in it, dilute it, it'll be all fine. It was just mostly alcohol anyways. Yeah. The people at the urgent care thought my mom tried to commit suicide because the neighbor found her next to the car with this hose hanging out her fucking face that was connected to the goddamn overflow of the radiator.
So,
Look, I walked in, no lie. I walked in and I looked at my mom and she was like, shut the fuck up. My mom, you know my mom.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up. Mom, are you trying to kill yourself? No, the fuck I ain't trying to kill myself. I'm trying to get this goddamn fluid out of here. Mom, they trying to put you in a nut house, Mom. I know. What? You don't see what was wrong here? I mean,
so I don't mean to cut you off, but I got a good windshield washer fluid story too. I'm working at Midas. All right. And
Trust the Midas touch.
yeah, go ahead if you like. If
Yeah,
you like
watch.
being molested,
yeah,
go ahead.
watch on that.
But
We might
anyhow-
get copyrighted or something like
I
sue
don't
us.
give a shit. But anyhow, so car comes in, it's a Volvo or
You
some
gonna
shit
take
like
my
that,
bong?
and it's got plugs, wires with a coil and all that shit on it. I'm standing there with the manager. All right. So said manager, I'm not gonna say no names or nothing, looks at me and says, "You know how you check for a spark?"
Oh.
So listen, I ain't done yet. So me being the old school guy that I am, I'm like, yeah, I've seen that, you know. So I'm figuring this cat's gonna go grab a bottle of water or some shit and splash it all over the motor. No, this cat picks up the fucking windshield washer fluid, dumps it all over the thing, and I'm like, and as soon as I said, this cat told the dude in the car, fire it up, dude, this motherfucker said, oh, woof.
my God.
And to anybody that's seen alcohol blue, or burn flames blue.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
And it'll take out eyebrows real quick.
Oh yeah, and dude, it was a beautiful sight, but it was horrible. Really, really horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, like I couldn't believe it. So, more of the story is, not everybody that's in their place should be there.
No shit. No shit.
Right.
Not at all. Not at all. So, I don't know why I thought of this, but I guess it's maybe the season we just talked about eyebrows burning off. Or I brought it up.
Well, you need to get a little bit closer to your microphone there, buddy.
I'm all up on this microphone. If I had any more, I'd be fucking doming it up.
Well, start sucking, bitch.
Cup the balls.
Num 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 num.
When I was younger, I was I'm still an asshole. But, like, my crackhead brother had this other crackhead friend that, I
Usually
guess
travel in packs.
Like
Yeah,
wolves.
They're called crack packs.
I give him his respect because he did, he served in the military and he was one of those ones who came back fucked up. I mean, he was in Nom like Forrest Gump type shit.
So he dealt with shrimp?
He dealt with all kinds of shit, dude. And the
So
only
he's-
reason why I know this is because when he used to do
He's seen
crack,
some shit.
I seen some shit, and I
used to
seen
just,
some
like,
things.
it was just like listening to an old school radio.
I've seen
You know,
some things.
And there's some shit like that you just can't make up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was terrible.
Yep.
Anyways, but being the asshole that I was, I'll never forget we was out fucking shoveling snow one time, and we had just got done smoking a blunt. And our thing used to be, we had to have a joint to clear out the blunt taste. And
It makes sense.
So
we got to start that recipe around here.
I cracked my lighter open and I turned my fucking flame all the way up. This dickhead, I don't know why he even had that close, because, it wasn't that far. But that flame hit his eyebrows. You ever see eyebrows go up like the lint on the back of a fur sweater?
I have.
Sure have.
Oh my God.
For show.
And I'll tell you what.
To be like he patted his face down. Was like, is it okay? To have to lie to somebody that they still have eyebrows?
I don't lie. I just laugh.
Nope. No, because
once I know you ain't dead,
once
I know you ain't dead, it's over. It's over for you.
When it happened with me, I was watching somebody weld a gas tank.
But can you imagine, like, if that, when he went to go get more crack? Yo, man, I need a bag.
No, you
You
don't.
look like you just fucking Richard Pryor yourself there, bruh.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
When I seen somebody was welding a gas tank. Welding the top end that goes inward to send the
When
unit.
I saw it happen to somebody, it was my dad on the gas grill.
I'd have melted my eyebrows plenty of times, but nothing that stupid. Jesus Christ. Who fucking welds a gas tank?
Oh, I got one better for you. Years ago, we told somebody we had to weld on a gas tank, so we figured, we're going to fill it up with water, let it sit for a day or two, and then with the water in it, weld. Well, this cat decides that, it's not going to take a week to do this job, so I'm going to just suck the fumes out of it with a vacuum cleaner.
What?
Best part about it is that he was by himself in the garage when he did it. We were all up by the house barbecuing and eating and everything else. And
all right, I'm not going to lie. Wait a minute. Stop. I'm going to sound really, really racist right now.
he was white.
This was a white guy.
He was white. He
This
was
is a white guy.
Yeah, white. But what the fuck that got to do with anything? Stupid is stupid, motherfucker.
Because that sounds like a really white thing. Like,
No.
Racist.
Yeah.
No, I've seen black guys do just as stupid shit too. Like, yeah, like.
Hey, the brake caliper's upside down.
No,
Sorry, that was a
how
rabbit
the
punch.
fuck
That was
you
a rabbit
gonna
punch
act-
out of nowhere.
This is an awesome fucking story. A vacuum? A vacuum.
Well, listen.
Yeah, like.
Hey,
That was like
Dirt
creating
Devil.
an old school nuclear. That was a 1945 nuclear weapon right there.
Look, dude.
You
just
went way beyond the Russians.
I worked for an oil field company that owned wells. I was a pumper at the time, but this wasn't on one of my wells.
Yeah, we're not
that I
talking
took
about how
care
you
of,
got your kids.
that I took care of.
I was a pumper.
That they were tearing out the old storage tank and they were putting in a new tank battery, new separator, whole 9 yards. It was getting changed over from a piston well to a rabbit well.
Mhm.
And a
Yeah,
pump
we
jack
all
well to a
understand that.
rabbit
Yeah.
well. Well, these things are supposed to be they're supposed to be drained, and then they're supposed to be vented for X amount of time, which is like
Fume wise, for all the.
right.
Right.
You got to vent for the fumes before you can do any cutting or anything on them.
Yeah.
For like, I don't know. I want to say it's a week.
Yeah.
Okay. These assholes showed up.
12 hours later.
Not even bother. Dude, check this bullshit out. These motherfuckers showed up like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Popped the hatches. Went to fucking breakfast at the truck stop. Ate breakfast. Decided it had vented long enough. The one kid gets up on the top of the tank to start torching up there. some like lifting lugs or whatever. I don't know. The other guy starts cutting some holes on the bottom. The next thing you know, the guy that was cutting on the bottom is about 50 yards that way. The kid that was on the top, they ain't got no motherfucking clue where he is. They found one of his shoes about 40 yards that way in a tree. But later that evening when they found him, he was, I don't know, 40, 50 yards the other direction.
It sounds like the
tank went
movie
up.
where they
There was
they
still
put
enough
something in
sludge
his
in the
butt.
tank. There was still enough sludge of that, brine, crude oil, sludge
Butt
mix
sludge.
that when it ignited, it kind of turned into napalm and stuck to everything. Well, when the fucking the tank blew up in the air, the shit that came down on the welding truck that was parked right next to the fucking. It was a brand new welding truck. It was Ram 1-ton crew cab, the whole flatbed, the pipeline shit you see. Brand new truck melted to the motherfucking ground. Kid almost blown in half. Like, I've seen some real smart ones.
The best and the funniest was people flying in the air and shit that I've ever seen is the dude that was changing coil springs on an old school station wagon and said, "Fuck it, I'm cutting the ball joint." I'm gonna tell you what, my
I ain't
man.
never seen no shit like that.
Listen, my man wore it looked
I'm
like
kind of glad I haven't.
it looked like the Superman badge on his chest, but it was a circle for about 4 to 6 weeks. Best thing
So-
I've ever seen in my life, man.
I hate to break up this, dumb fucks of labor fucking.
Well, we talk
talk.
about what the fuck.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know people who've done that, but I've done some dumb fucking shit.
I've done some shit.
I done danced with the devil plenty of times.
Oh, listen, I have
you
too,
know,
but
but at this point in
Motherfucker, I
time,
don't even want to.
I just got a question because this could go one of two ways. We end at 1.
yeah, we got about a half hour left.
All right. So with that being said, I want to make sure we give a shout out to all new listeners, all new followers.
Right.
Give love to all your local people. If you haven't noticed, no matter who's the president,
Love the one you're with.
they are fucking all our local people. If you haven't noticed, your mom or dad might be losing their business or losing money because they can't open up, but that fucking Walmart or Lowe's is still open. Just think about that. That ain't got shit to do with our president. So contribute to your local people, contribute to your local bands, contribute to your local, everything. Check out the Upside Down Studios Facebook page. We got a lot of people that we love that follow us and all that shit there. Big Sniz is taking care of our, the rest of our media.
Some Instagram.
Me taking care of Instagram.
Instagram media.
We're gonna start appearing on a lot of different platforms. Like pretty soon we're gonna start hitting
Come
TikTok.
first of the year, definitely.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a full-on blitz.
Yay!
Yeah,
So it'll all be good.
right.
That is the one thing I know I could never do, no matter what I know about politics or any of my thinking. I could never be a president or any kind of political shit. They look at, well, he was fucking in a gay bar on a fucking rocking horse going off, with his arm around a tranny with a big fucking kiss on his head.
Right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, fucker.
And
Yeah.
and
I think that's the big problem with most of these guys who's going for office. Tell the truth. Like, yeah, I did it. I'm a freak. So I
did
got
what
a
I want.
hooker and I was smoking crack. Marion Barry, he told the truth. He came out and said he was in the fucking hotel smoking crack with the hooker. They reelected him. The city of Washington, D.C.
Listen, I
reelected him.
I lived there when that first happened, and I remember the day I was sitting in a bar after work with a buddy of mine, and we were watching the screen above the bar, and I remember the day that the video first hit the TV.
It was crazy. It was
he looks
silly.
right at her, and he does. He looks right at her, and he goes, "Pass the pipe, ho!"
He didn't give a fuck. Didn't give a. And Herman Cain, when he was running against Obama, same thing. He was caught with a hooker in a hotel. You dumbass! Don't deny it. Be like, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. They'd have forgave you. They would have. You were 1,000 times better than Obama. Look at it. You know, it just sounded. And
It still sounds like you lied.
well,
Still sounds like you lied.
this is what. Here. I'll tell you what I
You
mean.
told them what they
I
wanted
have
to hear.
admitted the fucking people that I didn't fuck, but just because I fucked her, now what? You gonna stay? You gonna go? Is this over? What do you want to do?
But you haven't. You have not withheld. Like you haven't lied about fucking not fucking somebody you did.
No.
Okay,
no,
so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no.
I get
go
what
ahead,
you're.
go ahead.
No, okay, so no, I get what you're saying now, and there's a difference in that.
Yeah.
You have to.
The big difference. Big difference.
I'm lost because.
But I've done the same thing.
Y'all just jumped from like 5 different conversations.
It's What the Fuck Wednesday. So just stay with it, man.
Yeah. We did this
I'm
whole
lost.
night.
Just make sure the panel looks pretty.
Wait, it's doing what it's supposed to do, but I'm still fucking lost. But alright, fuck
Join
it.
the
go
club, so are we.
What
Keep
I'm
jumping
saying
around.
is, most of the time, if a motherfucker just tell the truth,
Is there any jack left?
no.
Alright.
Most of the time when motherfuckers tells the truth, it's better off.
I think you have tequila left.
That's all y'all.
I don't know if I'm fucking with any tequila.
Well, I mean, you know.
Marco was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
I
I
used to have an addiction to tequila, but
I mean,
Well, that's
with
the
the
cheaper shit,
times
Marco.
there ain't no bars, no females, no people to fight. There's just nothing. The tequila's
Oh, there's
not
always
different
people
right
to
now.
fight.
I'll be rubbing one.
hey,
eye.
come on, jump in the
Listen.
car. I go right where I got a place to go right motherfucking now.
Listen,
Yeah, but me,
listen.
I'll be at
Listen.
home in my shower, jacking off, punching
All right,
myself in
I'm
the
out.
face.
Well, no, see, it would be like the wrestling match from, like, I don't know, 2004 or some shit, rematch or some shit. And yeah.
Oh, we could do that, but
See? See? There's always something to do.
it happens sometimes. I need stove tires first. I don't feel comfortable.
See? One topic to the other. We're
I
doing
miss
good.
my truck. I don't even know where I came from, but I miss my truck.
Because you went from one to the snow to, damn it, I ain't got 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. Terrible.
Terrible twos.
Oh look, I feel a little sniz on my fucking hairs on the back of my neck. Better? Yeah, I done did it. I ain't that one. Tell that guy we on live. What the fuck?
Extenuating circumstances has always made even honest men have to compromise.
Again, I will do my damnedest to do things the right way, but the job will always get done. You take that whatever way you want, but the job will always get done.
Well, as of right now, I've only ever failed one mission.
I failed a couple, and
That
I will
didn't
admit
happen.
them. But
That
I've
didn't
learned
happen.
from them, and I made sure after them that
And
I've
that
made
didn't happen
precautions.
until-
Yeah. It happens sometimes.
I don't know, I'm still lost in conversation.
We still love.
Yeah, like, I forgot what the hell we even started talking about.
It all started about the nativity.
About the what?
The Anunnaki nativity.
No.
We didn't talk about this
You're
ethical
going
form.
hours back. I'm talking like 10 minutes ago.
I've got the
I
article,
want-
but I don't even feel like.
Yeah,
going
we
into
got
it.
we got enough time
I don't
to
even
talk
feel
about.
like going into it.
Well,
But
I
what to
do.
No.
We-
You need time to
Motherfucker,
talk
listen,
about. You need
I
time to
got-
read about it.
We got
and
20
she needs
minutes.
time
We
for-
got 20 minutes left on this
That's not
one.
enough time for people to do the
And then-
research and do the topic justice because
If y'all really want to fuck around, I can start another 3 hours. I don't give a fuck.
And
Joyce
we
said
got
y'all
Joyce
can go
and those
fuck
sniz.
yourself on that
Finally, we
shit.
can start it up.
Really.
Damn.
Oh,
90% of the time when your ass comes here, it's just making you throw
what
up.
are you on?
Or you can't
Well,
handle
Jack's
as
gone,
much as
so-
a fucking freak your mama is.
No, I really don't care what she does.
Really?
Hi, Joyce.
We got at least 5 shows saying you do.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we do. We got that shit recorded on YouTube.
No, I mean, like I don't care no more. I did care, but
Okay, have one of your mama's butt plugs slap you in the forehead and we'll see if you don't fucking care. Ma got the poo on me! Shoot me
Joyce.
through the fucking butt plug at me! He thought it was
I'm
a
sorry.
lawn dart. He
I'm
fucking
sorry.
hit me in the face with a butt plug. So, just saying, you don't paint yourself in a corner. Oh, how cute.
I haven't seen him all day. Leave me alone.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't do that when any of my people died, so, you know, like, I don't have that.
Ain't nobody dead,
Love
motherfucker.
or
What the hell?
Well, no, the last person I ever even shed a tear for would die was my grandma, and I didn't have my brother die, and my fucking dad die, and a bunch of good friends die. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really bothered by Mike, but, you know, we gotta all roll. Gotta all roll. So, you look like you had a rough night.
12 hours.
She has. She has. She's been amazing, and this
Look at my
morning's
There are
news
pools
threw us-
of water inside
Look.
my shoes. And
Look,
they're
we didn't,
just now
we
starting
didn't,
to thaw
we
out.
didn't, we
and
didn't
that-
touch on it much. I mean, Marco, you know, with respect and the moment of silence and everything. But you know what? Thank you, baby, today.
You're welcome.
You know, I got the phone call right in the middle of. I had the phone call about my dad dying right in the middle of the normal morning routine of just getting everything ready and everybody ready, and you know I'm a stay-at-home dad. I do the remote learning with the boys that are at home, you know, and you know I take care of certain things, and it was right in the middle of all the morning routine, and I couldn't do, you know.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. After the shock and the first like really like breakdown crying session, I literally was like, I'm sorry, I didn't make your lunch. I didn't pack it. I didn't make breakfast. I didn't do any of the things I
Dude,
normally
when I
do.
found out about
and
my
I
brother,
was like so distraught.
I treated like George Bush when he found out about 9/11.
And I was so distraught that I didn't take care of those things. But there was no beat missed. You just stepped in and you handled everything. And there were other. I'm not going to get specific, but there were other like there were other things that like. Hugely important things that were supposed to happen today. Fuck it, man. I was supposed to be in court today too, and it just wasn't going to happen. And there was a scramble to get a hold of lawyers, but you know what? It all worked out, I'm
not gonna lie, I could be shady. I'd have went to court and used it to my advantage.
My wife literally, like, you just stepped right in. Like, my pendulum swung one way, and you were just right there, and you handled it all in the middle of, the hell of a day that you had normally
Say
on your
fucking
end.
thank you and get it over with, motherfucker. Goddamn. I felt you for a minute, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Did you give birth to the fucking Savior? Oh my God. Fucking rubber feet, if you're that goddamn fucking appreciative. She over here walking back and forth with numb ass feet. Shit.
No, they're starting to feel again. It's not a good thing.
There's a heater over there.
Yeah, thank you.
Right
No,
there.
I'm good.
I'm just saying.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Just, no.
Dick.
You want to show your appreciation?
Show me.
Fucking
Yeah,
go buy her
but
some
whoa.
Dunkin'. Go buy her a hot fucking Dunkin'.
You know, on a normal day, I would fucking agree with you. Today, I reserve the right to be somewhat a little over emotional on certain things.
You have every right. Just because I claim every right to be an asshole don't mean I am right. And that is my biggest point. You know, I can be an asshole, but I say, yeah, I'm wrong. I'm being an asshole. You know, you have every right to have that emotion. But I have every right to be like, oh, fucking put your big girl paint in.
Today, it just is. It's today's the day I'm reserving to do that. You know what? Tomorrow I will. I'm going to put my big girl panties on. But today, I'm taking my day to.
And the only reason
Today
why
you can go fuck yourself.
You know what?
the
Tomorrow,
only reason why I
panties on
even
and
say
I'll deal
things
with
like
some
this,
Right.
And
is
you know what?
the
The
only
day after
person that died that
I might
actually
take
gave
another
a
day
fuck
where I
about
gotta say fuck the
was
world.
about
I don't know.
15 years
You know
ago.
what I mean?
Right.
And ever since then, I've
It
been
is
kind of
what it
numb.
is.
So you probably are right, and I'm
It's not an
probably
easy
wrong.
thing to deal with.
Right.
I don't know. The only reason I'm standing is because I had this coughing fit on the way over here, and I peed myself a little bit, and I don't want to get the chair wet.
Hey, Scotty said that's
But
not the way
thing
to do
I am
it.
going to do, you know what? And this is one thing I do want to
Like,
say.
if you see
This
like
is
that.
one thing I do want to say. The one thing I am going to do different,
That wasn't obvious.
and that I want,
Skip
you know,
that
just
word.
because I have
That
the
one.
realization, because I have the knowledge, because I have the, you know, that knowledge is power. You know what? I wasn't going to be here. I didn't want to. When I got home from the hospital, I literally put my pajamas back on, and I started
I didn't
making
think
my
you were gonna
mind
be
as
here.
numb as possible. And I did the one thing. I did that one. You know what? I just reached out and fuck. I know there was a good, hot, long, hot ass minute we sat down here and we didn't say a
You were
goddamn
one of the
word.
first persons I've asked you dollars on.
But I wasn't laying in my. But I wasn't laying in my dark ass bedroom in my pajamas, like
I slept on it. That was
a year ago, 2 years ago. Who the fuck knows? Like I'm not even comfortable with admitting where I might be at 12:52 on the day I got that news. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honestly not trying to brag. I'm not trying to prove anything. It's just
Dude, I
want. You know what I mean?
My
Like
brother's death
I
like
want
GW
somebody. I want
did
somebody
too.
else out there to know that like
we all got
you can make different decisions and shit can be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make different decisions and shit can be different.
Right. So on that note, we got like 10 minutes left.
All right. So with that being said, remember you can always change shit. Don't think shit is still set in its ways. If you believe in fate and you believe in karma, you got to believe that you could change that shit. You got just as much power as they do. We love our new listeners, our new followers. Y'all be careful out there. We got a bad winter
And all
storm
our
hitting
new
our
fondlers.
all our haters, all just everybody. You know, it's that season. I don't even believe in that shit, but at this point in time, we got a lot of issues going on, and
We
just be
need
good to
fucking
each other.
something.
Just be good
That's
to
all
each
there
other.
is to it.
Quit looking at each other's skin color. Quit looking at each other's fucking, paycheck.
Just go there.
Go there. Fuck, we got a YouTube thing too, and
Instagram.
yeah, we
All
got
that
Big
shit.
Stiz is running that shit. right
I'm about to, I want to break into the world of TikTok too.
now.
Yeah.
What you need to hit
Yeah.
is Rumble and Brighton, because those aren't edited, and MeWe.
You know what? But Gary Vee is telling me to do LinkedIn and TikTok.
Yeah. Well, you don't have nothing to do, so you can do them all. All right. At the end of the day, 1 hour of your time could take care of it all. So shut the fuck up.
Whoa. That shows how much you actually know about running a
Yeah.
page.
Yeah,
All
you're
right, so,
absolutely right.
again,
Oh,
we
I'm
got,
sorry.
like,
I'll give
5
you
minutes
2
left.
hours for that cushion.
2 hours for a
Yeah.
cushion for
Oh my
5
God.
pages.
You're sounding like one of
6
these fucking
pages, actually
millennials.
6, 7
oh my
pages.
God, I'm a content provider. No, you fucking videotape yourself.
Dude,
for fucking
all my
20
shit's
minutes.
organic. I create it all. I don't.
This ain't organic.
I don't have
like
automated-
I wrote this shit out.
I don't have automated software. I do it from my phone. Like Jesus Christ, you have no
we
clue.
can figure that out. You just sat and partied with us, and you got the nerve to fucking say that. This ain't organic. This ain't fucking just.
What
we,
the
we
fuck
all
is
made
this?
this up. Greg, did I send you a script for this shit?
Oh, no.
Greg, this, he
But-
just,
That's organic, motherfucker.
for a motherfucker that don't like Ozzy, man. He used to,
I
mother,
did-
what?
I did, but I have no clue what happened to it. All right, so with that being said,
We
y'all
out.
be safe, motherfuckers out there. If you're on our half of the fucking world, there's a bad storm. Don't act a fool when you're driving.
Right.
And
Don't run over your Amazon driver.
much
Please.
love.
Or shoot them
Whatever
when they come to
God
your
you
house.
Definitely
pray
don't
to
do that.
That holiday happy. So, and how much time we got left?
Like 3 minutes?
All
4
right.
minutes, something like that.
To Mike and Dan, silence. That's it. We're shutting that shit off. Love you guys. We out.